Hey, hello
Hello.
Good
everybody.
evening.
Good
Welcome to
evening.
Desk Chatter. Oh, did I set
Yes.
this to be public? Watch me not have set this to be public after we had to pre-record a bunch of these. Oh, did I set this to public?
Well, I need to take a look.
I
Let's see.
did. Look at me go. There are
Yeah.
people.
Yay! I think we are live.
I win. We're live. So we've
Yes.
been pre-recording holiday episodes, and I've had to make sure we don't record them publicly ahead of time. So this one is now public.
That's amazing. I'm so hello.
Hello.
So we have a theme for the episode today.
We do. So we pulled for Q&A questions in a couple different places. We pulled for Q&A questions. And I thought, we're going to get through these in a single episode. And then we hit the 2-hour mark yesterday and we still had about half of them left. And so what we filmed yesterday, you guys will see next Wednesday. And that is going to we said it's part 1. It's going to be part 2. We're going to film part 1 tonight and answer the last of these questions. I've also still got one of the big ones left. And I think we've got about 15 left. And we'll sort of work our way through it. We've also got a couple price increase clarifications because I've been doing some digging. Well, actually say I've been doing a lot of digging in the past 10 days. I think people are getting tired of emails from me because it has been a very email-heavy 10 days, including the fact that I think a week ago I talked about on the show, I was waiting on an email back from Hemlock and Oak about where their paper was made.
Right.
Still haven't heard back from them. So if you're one of the people that have reached out and gone, have you heard back? No. Still don't know. Still have no idea. I'm not going to buy one of the journals and test it out and figure out like where the paper's made. I don't think they'll have it labeled on the journal itself. I've talked to a couple people that have the journals. They don't seem to have the paper labeled. And so I just am sort of waiting for Hemlock and Oak to get back to me. The other thing we have clarification on now is the platinum price increase, which I think everyone's been waiting on. 40% had been discussed. We have discussed 40%. 40% has been discussed everywhere. As of an hour ago, I have clarification that 40% is on gold nib pens.
Okay.
Which I think is what you and I, Marina, thought was probably the case.
Right.
Yeah. I highly doubted a preppy was going to go up 40% from where it was, but you never know. But there's now clarification that 40% is gold nib pens. Okay. I don't have clarification on this. There might still be a price increase on preppies, but that big 40% increase is only going to affect gold nibs.
I would say 10 to 20 is what I would predict for preppy.
I would predict 10 to 20 on most pen lines with what I'm seeing, because a few hours ago Sailor released their price increases, but for Japan, and it is across the board 10%. It is 10% on everything from ink to pens to like everything. It's 10% from Sailor. And so I suspect we'll probably be seeing 15% here, but I've yet to see a formal announcement from Sailor North America on where that price increase is going to land. So that brings us to, I think, Q&A questions.
Yes.
So I haven't seen an announcement from Pilot. I've seen one post from one store that mentioned a Pilot price increase, but they didn't mention percentages.
Yeah.
And it's sort of a store that I take price increase information from with a grain of salt.
Mm.
I'm being honest. And so until I see an official statement from Pilot, I would suspect everyone who makes gold nib pens is probably going up somewhere between 5 and 10%
Mm-hmm.
because it's a lot of cost to absorb.
Yeah, I think Hemingway mentioned it last night on his live about Pilot as well. That he expects it to go up in price. So, yeah.
It's so much. The price of gold has gone up so much that it's so much for a company to try and absorb, especially for a company like Pilot, where fountain pens is such a small percentage of their overall market share as the company. And I think we've seen other gold nib pens, like Yovo's done a gold nib price increase. Last time I looked at Schmidt gold nibs, they were $200. Today I looked at them and they were $250. And so I don't know how you can be making gold nib pens right now and not be starting to feel the pressure of the price increases year over year. And at this point, month over month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to look at Mont Blanc prices on the
It's going to be 10%. I talked to a shop in Netherlands, shop owner. So he was not sure about the inks because he told me when I asked about the inks, because that's my interest. He's like, well, they just had a price increase, which they did for inks.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't know if that's going to happen with inks, but 10% on writing instruments.
10%. Well, not the 40 though that we thought before. 10%, I think, is with all.
I mean, if you're
craziness.
buying a pen that is over $1,000, that's still quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
But 40%, that's the number that I cannot absorb. Like, oh my gosh.
I think it's really hard to. I've looked at pens in my collection and I've gone, would I still love you with 40% added to the cost? And the answer is, for a lot of them, I don't actually know that I would.
Yeah.
I think the first is going to be a real shock. I'm not looking forward to refreshing Atlas and Gold Spot on the first and seeing where prices actually settle out. Because it's one thing to know what 40% is. Like on a Platinum 3776 black gold trim music nib, that's currently 204 is what it, 304 at Atlas. So add 40%, you're looking at like $420, $430 about. And that's after Atlas's discount. That's not MSRP on the pen. MSRP on the pen is an additional 20% because Atlas has already taken off about 20%. And so that means the actual retail cost of that pen is going to be approaching $600 MSRP. I don't know that there are many pens that I love at $600 MSRP, if I'm being honest. The list is pretty short. I would say that if it's out of stock with one retailer, try others.
Yeah.
And I would say this is not a time to, as long as they're a trusted retailer, this is not a time to be picky about who you're buying from.
So my question is, do you guys know, because I've never really, I don't have a lot of platinums. I have one platinum. Can I interchange the nibs?
I have no idea. I assume no.
Okay.
But that would be a question for luxury brands. I own,
depending on the model. So there are nibs that you can interchange between models that have the same number, but you cannot interchange, for example, like when you have a smaller casing. I don't know.
That's what I thought.
That
So
means-
I have a celluloid, what is it? 3776.
Okay.
And so say if I get myself that music nib, and wanted to, and it would be the same, model. I wanted to swap them. I think I should be able to.
Yeah.
I think you should. Yeah, so I've got a course and I've ordered a music. The thing is, I ordered them in the same color because the one thing about music nibs from Platinum is they're a lot more expensive than normal music nibs from other brands, and there's not consistency. So a music nib in different colors might cost different amounts even if the base price of the pen is the same. So black with silver trim and black with gold trim, there was a $35 US price difference between the two. So I got black with gold. Did I want black with gold? Not really.
Yeah.
Did I love the other one $30 more US?
No.
Nope. So we went with black with gold.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do this Q&A thing.
And then by the end, if we manage to finish safely in the gap, we can add people's questions at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I will be watching
We will
chat.
prioritize the ones that we have.
Yes.
And then we will see.
Yeah, the funny thing is with the brain injury, I don't actually remember what we answered yesterday.
I don't remember either.
No idea what we answered yesterday. So I'm just going to pick one and we'll go from there. Ooh. What are your top 3 pen shows in the US or Canada that you'd recommend to a newbie?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Okay. I will always recommend the Sip and Show. Come on. That's Chicago, top, DC for beginners. And you know why DC? Because you can still have a full weekend pass and then get a conversation with some people. They have the night workshops that are for free. Like there are workshops like the Black Pen Society. They offer workshops about pens. So I think they have a more variety of workshops that are for free for beginners, especially. And Chicago also. So Chicago, DC for sure. And I will actually say Scriven, Montreal, because that's my home.
Okay. I would say not DC and SF. If I could give you one recommendation, it would be start with smaller shows. I think starting with the 2 biggest shows can be really overwhelming. And I would say Chicago, because that is my favorite show.
Love Chicago.
Whatever your local closest show is. Like literally, it doesn't matter if it's a 1-day event, a 2-day event. Go to whatever your local closest show is, because then you're going to meet the people that are in your area. And that's going to be helpful if you're new to the community. I don't know what I'd pick for number 3. There are lots of great shows. Like I loved Empire this year. I don't know that I'd recommend Scriptus to a beginner who really wanted to get into pens. It's not a show where you can
one day.
It's 1 day, and it's not a show where I feel like you can have the hands-on knowledge with sitting down with people and learning about pens. And if you're a newbie, I feel like you sort of need that. What else did I go to this year? I like the Atlas events if you're local to Atlas. The Atlas holiday markets, the Atlas sidewalk sale, because it gives you a whole bunch of hands-on time with all the distributors who will have all their models, and it lets you try things you normally don't get to try.
Yeah.
And I know Yoseka does like pop-up events, like Fountain Pen Hospital does pop-up events with distributors. So many like local stores do. So like find out.
Pen Hospital also offers like a mini pen show.
Yeah. Like find out what your local pen store hosts event-wise. I think you can learn a lot, not by going to a pen show, but by going to events in your local community.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think Pen Club is probably the best, because that was kind of my first thing. And also like that way you also get to try pens. Yeah, I mean, San Francisco was great, but honestly, if I wasn't doing this with you guys, I don't know if I would have gone. Like because I am quite more introverted, and like unless I knew some people, which I did when I went there, it would be like hard to be there all 3 days. It would have been like maybe one day. I think ideally I would have wanted to start with Portland. So that small show, that would be great if I would have done that. But those are pretty close to each other, so I only could pick one, and I ended up with San Francisco, which I absolutely don't regret. But I think I agree that Penn clubs probably are the best kind of segue into it, and then from then you are choosing.
Yeah. Philly is a great show, though. I went to Philly this year for the first time, and it was a great, wonderful. What I find with Philly is the pricing on the hotel. It's a little bit higher than any other place, so it's kind of like it's a different vibe.
I was surprised when I was looking at Penn show hotel rates this year. That shows that I don't think of as being expensive shows, the hotels were really expensive.
Well, that was in Portland. Yeah,
and then like Penn shows that I do think of as being more expensive. I think Chicago this year, it's like $149 US a night for 2 people. And I seem to remember like 2 years ago, Chicago being closer to like $170 a night. Whereas there are other shows this year that I'm like, that is so much more expensive than I seem to remember seeing the hotels for it in the past. I think the most expensive this year was definitely Empire, but there was no way to host a show in Manhattan without it being expensive, and rack rate for that hotel every other night that week was over $1,000 US. So the fact that they got it down to $315 is sort of a miracle.
But actually Empire, from what I've heard and seen, that would be a great like one day, full day
adventure
without staying anywhere, because it's so central, right? And if you're around New York, easy to get in, walk around. It was spacious enough.
Yeah, and there were a lot of people I know who did it as like a week-long trip. Rented out an Airbnb, took the week,
and then went back and forth,
and then just commuted from the Airbnb. And that's totally possible with where that hotel was located. It was so central. It was on 3 different subway lines. Like, it was just central, easy to get to.
Very good.
All right,
Marina. And we have another question. We have people joining.
We have many questions. What's your favorite pocket pet?
Oh,
I think I have.
All right.
I would say I have a modern and, well, a couple of moderns, but let's do the pretty Kaveco, which I like because it's pretty. And my recent discovery was this. If you guys, someone follows me on Instagram, there was like a whole thing when I was washing out the ink. There were a little pen. So this is an older Omas, and I really like it. It's very pocket, like it fits perfectly, believe it or not, in the loop that is Traveler.
Oh, it's so good.
A lot of things don't fit in.
So many things don't fit in that.
Yeah, it's just so cute. And
I have to say, it's one of the most useless Traveler's accessories, in my opinion. It is so useless because nothing fits in it. And then stuff does fit in it, but it gets stretched out so easily, and then it just starts to drop pens. It's so useless.
Yeah, I don't think they made it for fountain pen users whatsoever.
No. I think it was very clearly made for their like pencil. They never made it with a pen in mind.
Yeah. What about you, Alexandra?
So I have 2. I only have one on this desk right now. I really like what Ian Schoen's doing. the Pocket 6 faceted is one of my favorite pens.
Beautiful.
I have to say, the other one that is still a favorite and has been, it's rare that I daily drive a pen for almost 10 months. Over 10 months. I was looking at photos. I got this pen about 10 months ago today. And this is the Colotino Brass. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I love it so much that I've ordered the ballpoint. Like, it is one of my favorite pens. I don't know what it is about this pen, specifically in the brass version, that I love so much, but I just adore it.
Yeah.
Like, it's got such a nice weight to it where it's there, but it's balanced in such a way that it's not too heavy. But I love it.
Yeah. Very nice. I will shout out to one brand and one maker's pen. So this is my all-time favorite pocket pen. This one is the E95 Pilot Exquisite pen.
Looks a little bit like lipstick.
I know. It's super.
I know you like that.
And this one is the burgundy one. And then look at this beautiful. This one is kind of a Franken accessory, I will say. It comes with this key holder. I actually use it at school, like with my keychain. But when it's like so tiny, this one is a Gravitas.
Okay.
With a Caveco. I need the clip, guys. I don't know. I do need the clip. So we have this one.
Yeah, I've reached a stage in my life that I either need, well, it's always been a thing. I need a clip, a roll stop, or something like this that's like triangular and doesn't go anywhere. And I love how perfectly it just like doesn't go anywhere. When you set it down, it does not move. The one thing I hate about my faceted Pocket 6 is that even though it's faceted, it rolls. And it does not have a clip. You cannot put a clip on that pen, as far as I have figured out. But
in bigger pens, I don't mind the lack of clip, but in a smaller pen, I need the clip.
I just like them not to roll along my desk and off of my desk. And I don't know that that's a big ask. I want a pen to stay where I set it down.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Some pens that I have without clip, they have some facets, but there are some pens that they don't have a clip. But I have my pen stands here on my desk, so it's not an issue on the desk, and I'm careful when I'm carrying them. But a pocket pen is already little, so all my Cabecos has the clip, and then I got the clip. The Lilliput also has a clip. This one is a Lilliput clip on the Gravitas aluminum mini pocket.
I had forgotten that I'd sold him his Colotino, but that was fun because Chicago was the first show they were at with. They had been at shows with Top Drawer, but they hadn't been at shows with pen stores. And they launched in retailers like 6 days before Chicago, which was fun and stressful, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Philly is like $225 a night, which seems absolutely absurd for Philadelphia in January.
In January and
and I think somebody said it's already sold out for some of the nights. Like, it is absurd. Like,
yeah,
I don't get Philly in January. Why can't we start the pen show season somewhere hot in January.
Like Florida.
Let's start it in Florida. Let's not be in Florida during hurricane season.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's flip them. Let's do Philly in September and let's do Florida in January.
well, listen, I came back from Philly after the show and we got caught in a blizzard. It was horrible to drive. Cars were out of the ditch. Like nobody was ready for that. Of course, we had our winter tires and they were prepared for the weather. So we were like slowly but surely advancing. There was this truck from Quebec passing so fast, everybody. And I was like, okay, this is a Canadian person driving on the snow.
There's no way that isn't a Canadian.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Next question. Oh, I want to save this one for later. I think that's one's going to get. Sorry. I think it's going to get very detailed. And as much as I love that, I don't think we want that detailed right off the bat.
Okay.
What is your New Year's resolution in respect to fountain pens and inks?
I don't think you need a resolution with the price hikes. Honestly, I think it's doing all the job for you.
Yeah. I think it's sort of taking care of, like, it's made me much more selective, even in planning out like the end of this year.
Yeah.
And I would say, like, even last year, for the most part, I was much more selective about what inks I bought in full bottles because I've got a lot of ink. But it sort of reached a point in sort of September-ish that it was like the prices were going up so much that I didn't feel like I needed one because every time I opened my laptop, the price of something had gone up.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to agree with some of the comments, which is, and we mentioned this in the previous episode, is shop your stash. It's use what you have. Try to be mindful what you just said about what purchases you want to do. And if you go to to pen shows, go and enjoy the conversation, go to the workshops, go to meet people. Don't get into the need to buy everything.
And
I know
regarding the inks, you just can try them before buying them. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
My biggest resolution about inks is not buy any inks. Can I do it? 0 inks in 2026?
I don't know. I don't know.
If you can manage to do 0 inks in 2026.
Yeah. I have more than 400 inks. And that's a shame to mention, but it is what it is.
Okay,
easily.
We're going to hold you accountable. I don't think you can do 0, but maybe you can do 5 inks.
Okay. That's a good number, though.
Okay, here's the question. Are you including only ones you bought, or are you including ones sent to you? Because Ferris.
Oh yeah, no, all of those. Like all the ones that I bought and all the ones that I've been sent.
You're allowed 5 if you buy them yourself.
Okay.
Because like Ferris will press sending you ink. Suddenly that 5 is done by March.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really work.
All right. Tough one.
All right. What is your favorite pen that can be posted and your least... what is your favorite pen that can be posted and your favorite pen that can't be posted?
Oh yeah. I have.
Oh, I just had my favorite pen that can be posted. I don't post my pens, but this pen I need to post, which is this one. And the post is perfect, easy. You don't have to roll it. You don't have to screw it, nothing. It's just in and out. This one is my favorite pen that can post. The other pens I don't post, so it's kind of like complicated.
Yeah, I have actually the same answer with that low one because it posts. It just is so great. It looks like a full size and feels like a full size pen. But the one I can't post is the Egyptomania.
Ah,
You can, but it's a beautiful pen. It's one of my favorites.
yeah. The one that cannot post, I'm indecisive because there are so many Venus that cannot post, and I feel like, oh my god, this pen should post, especially the Minima, which is super small. But the pen that I adore that cannot be post is this one. The steel form again is it can't. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't post my pens.
Oh well, that's the question of habit, I think, too, right?
Yeah.
So posting Colotino brass.
Mm-hmm.
Unposting, I was going to say the platinum, sorry, not the platinum, the Pilot Arushi Vanishing Point. But I talked about that pen a lot already in what was part 1, what is now part 2. And so I think it probably has to be the custom pen that Papa J Studio made me, which can technically post, but it doesn't post securely. And the threads are so small that I'm worried about damaging the threads, and so I just don't post it.
Yeah. Agree.
But I tend not to post any of my hand-turned pens unless it's got, I have one Heinz pen that actually has back threading for the cap to screw onto the back. Other than that, I don't post my hand-turned pens.
Yeah.
I post a lot of my other pens, not those. Ooh. Is there a pen or product you bought with affiliate credit that you regret buying? And why?
Oh. Not for me. I don't have any.
I don't have a
affiliates
with affiliate credit.
But what about you?
I have affiliate credit that will be credit for the people, not money that will come back to me. I do have rewards though with the with Ferris Wheel Press, but all the things that I got were like bijou pens or Marquis. So I like those. With Lloydstone, I have affiliate code, and I got notebooks. So I don't know. It's not the right question for me.
It was asked, and so I threw it in, and it got asked anyways.
Oh, that's good.
The acrylic version of my Colotino.
Yeah.
Because I loved the brass one so much that I was hoping I'd love the acrylic one as much as I love the brass. And while the acrylic one is still fabulous, I don't love it as much as my brass. I think nothing was ever going to live up to my brass. And it was really silly of me to try and get another one in hopes that I liked it as much as my brass, because it wasn't going to happen. But at the end of the day, it's still a nice pen to have.
Yeah.
All right. What was your best or favorite piece of art or writing this year?
That's a tough question.
Art or writing?
Art or writing. So did you paint something you really liked? Did you?
Yeah.
That we created. Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, it's
not. I assumed it was what we created.
Okay.
It could be something that somebody else created, but I assumed it was, something we created ourselves.
I have. Well, piece of art. I think my best this year. The two bests are these two. The one from Brooklyn and the one from Atlas. I do have other ones that I like. I think the time that I went to Cambridge, Ontario, and Fight on Pens, those facade I like. those were popular, and I feel like I improved my art style with those two. And I have a couple of poems that I'm very proud of, and short stories that I write. But those ones are very personal.
So you won't share them.
I will share it with my siblings, maybe my husband, but not anybody else. Like, I feel like I'm not ready for that yet.
All right. I think for me it's like my little charms.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
That was one of my favorite things that I've created this year. And then my little tassel collection, like with little tassels. I think it's just so simple, and I think it's maybe even silly for some, but I love it. And I feel like, it's just something that is just a little kind of splash and makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did a 5x7 page of tiny trees that were all monochromatic greens that granulated. So it was 5-inch and I think it was 5-inch and like a quarter-ish rows of tiny trees. The piece is sold. It's in somebody else's collection now. But it's the only time that I've ever done a full page of tiny trees like making up a forest in like the perfect rows that the Christmas cards get. And I did it sort of because I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I could do that many tiny trees in a row that looked perfect enough. And I was really bored with Christmas cards and I wanted to try. And so I did. And then the piece sold. I don't know that I'll ever do one again. It took like 3.5 hours to do, but it was really fun.
Yeah.
And I just don't know that I'll ever be able to make one that is as perfect as that first one was.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy that like it's in somebody else's collection. They love it. And really, there are so few. I take so few commissions these days because I hate the stress of commissions.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate trying to put somebody else's vision into practice. That it was really fun to do this piece that I hadn't planned on it being a piece that would ever leave my studio, and then it has, and it's in somebody else's collection.
Wow. I would love to see that maybe another time if you do one.
I honestly, Kari, I don't even know that I have a photo of it at this, like other than the one in the chat when they asked about buying it. I think that is the only photo I have of it because it was just like sitting down and doing it. And I'm sure, Marina, you have pieces like that it's just like, I want this thing to happen.
And
there's
the pressure.
It's, yeah, like the last pieces that I did where I was like, this is actually really challenging, were 2.5 years ago when my nephew was born, and I did the wall art for his nursery. And it was a tractor that matched the tractor that the family has on the farm, and it was the family's actual barn where I had taken all these shots and was putting them together. And that's a lot of pressure. Like those types of projects are so much work and so many hours. And I think I ended up putting in like 20 hours to the tractor and probably 30 to the barn when all was said and done. And I've since done the barn, I think 2 more times. I think 2 other family members have copies of the barn. One that they got as a Christmas present last year, one that I did as a birthday present. But I take on so few of those big projects these days that sitting down and doing one of those big projects, but not having a goal in mind of where it was ending up was really nice.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Other than pens, what do you collect?
I collect seals, so vintage and antique. Not vintage, but mostly antique, like 200-300-year-old seals, vat seals.
Yeah. I have a very small collection of teacups. It's not big, but I like sometimes to go to vintage store, and if I see a little set of an English porcelain or Japanese, I will pull one, and then I don't have much space for that though, and it's so fragile.
No, that's why I collect small things too.
Teapots too. Teapots, I have like a display of teapots, smaller ones.
Cookbooks.
Mm.
I really like really obscure cookbooks. Like, give me all the things that are random references that you can't really actually find details of on the internet. There are 4 cookbooks I'm actually currently after that I cannot find in Canada. That the next time I go to a US pen show, I'm going to have to get shipped to our hotel so that I can get my hands on them, because I cannot get them here, but I need them for projects because they keep being referenced on blogs as like if you actually want information on this, you need to use this book. And I'm like, so I need a copy of this book, and then I go to look for this book and discover I can't get it here. And so I collect really obscure cookbooks because we've got a lot of other cookbooks in the house. This house probably has like 100 cookbooks going back to, I think the oldest one I found is 1908. We have a lot of cookbooks. But I need cookbooks on the obscure things for the projects I do.
Yeah.
Like, I have so many jars of things on the kitchen counter right now being turned into vinegars, and I would like better references.
Yeah. I collect books too, but
I adore you, Wendy. I will be texting you. I will be sending you a text.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very nice.
And we're still doing questions. There's still so many questions. When I say this took us 2 hours yesterday and we didn't make it through 50%, I mean this took us 2 hours yesterday and we didn't make it through 50%.
So we are hoping we finish the pile.
I adore that you know that, Scott, that the Cubs won the World Series in 1908. I forget what the title of the cookbook was. Mom texted it to me last week and went, I just found this in the cupboard. And I went, cool. I should be surprised. I'm not surprised. But no, I keep finding blogs that reference obscure cookbooks I can't find here. And so now I need to get my hands on said obscure cookbooks. But I've always collected cookbooks. I grew up in a family where everyone cooked. And where cookbooks, like physical cookbooks, have always sort of been people's references.
Yeah.
And there was one Christmas where instead of stocking stuffers, we each got a cookbook that was outside of what we'd normally dabble in. And I ended up with one on homemade marshmallows and how to tweak them a bunch of ways. Like, I like the random cookbooks. Give me all the things that you don't actually need to know how to do, but I would like to know.
Which in like 50s, they had a lot that we don't do anymore.
Oh yeah. Like, you know, I had a friend text me this week and went, you know, we were at this weird Mennonite church, or using their church hall for an event. And apparently they have a church community cookbook. Do you need me to find you a copy of this? Like, that is the level of collecting cookbooks I'm at, that I'm like, random church cookbook.
I love it.
Sure. Bring it on.
I have some vintage cookbooks that I can send it to you. I will ask you, maybe you have them already.
Potentially.
Maybe.
There are some cookbooks that we have multiple copies of in this
house.
because I have a copy and mom or grandma has a copy, where it's like there are some very old Canadian cookbooks that information changed over the years. And so I was very specific in what generation of the cookbook I wanted. There's a cookbook here called The Joy of Cooking. And sometime in the 1980s, they decided that maybe people did not need to know how to skin and butcher rabbits and squirrels anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
So pre-1980s, I think it's pre-1986, it gives you diagrams. So when you look at The Joy of Cooking in the game section, you know if it's an old one because it will give you all the instructions and diagrams. And if it's a new print, it will not give you any of the instructions. It will just say, process your game. I love old cookbooks. They're great. I collect cookbooks. The more obscure, the better. What ink color should there be more of in 2026?
Not red.
Not red. Yeah, I love purple.
What if we finally, get a true red in the pen world? Because I still feel like the pen world has not figured out what a true red is.
Oh, a true red is the red Schaefer red.
I truly think, Alexandra, you should get that horse red. I think you might like it. Not only because it's
that means braving Mont Blanc during Hanukkah shopping. And I would rather chew glass, Marina.
Well,
it means braving a mall right now. And I'm sorry, I have to brave Costco already. I'm not dealing with a mall.
All right, so I'll say greens. I just don't really see good greens that much. So, and it's a lucky color. We need some good luck next year in life, all of us.
Yeah. I like green, but I would go for purples, because purples you can go from the bluish purple to the pinkish, reddish purple. So I would say we need more variety of those purples.
Yeah, I would say I would like a true purple.
Yeah.
I have a lot of purple inks that lean very red, and I have a lot of purple inks that lean very blue, and I've yet to find like a true purple. Like middle of the road. A lot of them lean very red.
Yeah.
And then there are some that, like, you look at the boxes and the swatches in store, and depending on the paper, they do look like they're going to be a true purple, and then they actually lean quite blue.
Yeah.
I have a love-hate relationship with purple. Shall we do the very long question?
Let's do it.
All right. I have a friend who's gotten much more into watercolors this year. Our mutual friend and I, who are much more into pens, were talking about Urushi pens to her, and she did not understand why Urushi was a thing, or why somebody would want a pen with it. Neither my friend or I have any pens that are Urushi, and we were a bit at a loss to explain. What would your best answer to this be?
Oh, that's
I think Urushi is like both beauty and protection for the pen body, in my mind, from UV lights, which is important when you paint as well. Or might not be important to you, but usually is in watercolor world. So yeah, that's my answer.
I would say I treat Urushi as a means to an end to sparkle.
That's
Do I care about the actual layers of Urushi all that much? No. But Urushi tends to mean that I get Raiden, and I like Raiden because Raiden is sparkly and catches the light in a really fun way. Yeah. And so even if I don't love the price tag that goes along with urushi. I understand it takes so much work. It takes so many hours. There's so much skill that goes into that. It's still getting to be a progressively steeper price tag. I love the artistry. It's like holding anyone's art.
Yeah.
It's the same way I feel about handmade watercolors. I'm getting to use somebody else's art in my own creation.
Yeah. And then for me, it's like the amount of time that this piece took to dry, the conditions of the urushi to get to the level, the specific drying time, the month that it takes to make, the layers that it takes to create the art, everything for me is like fantastic. It's a piece of art. I would completely go into the Raiden rabbit hole, or the Makie. Chinking is the one that I love the most. I think they can carve the urushi and put the gold in it. Yeah, masterpieces.
They are. And it's you're getting to hold and try somebody's art. And there are very few things that are, in my opinion, that unique or that give you that experience.
Yeah, I will show you something that it was gifted to me a long time ago. It's urushi. This one is a picture frame that I've never used because it's displayed like that.
Yeah.
But you see, this one probably has, like, I don't know how many years it has. Like, it's already, like, you see the patina that was created here. Very old, impeccable. Like, I don't know. It's
one of those materials that I think it was. I can't remember who said it to me. But it was something Bill from Pilot said to them about urushi is something that you don't just want to leave sitting in a box. It's something that needs to be used and deserves to be used. And I've really taken that to heart with any of my urushi pens, where they are pens that do get used quite frequently. Like my VP Galaxy should probably go in a sleeve. Should probably not just get put into a Galen pen case and go in my bag, and yet it does. But I would rather use it than not use it.
Yeah, I agree. Some people are afraid of using it. You have to use it.
I think it's a stressful thing to use. Like, I get the stress of being concerned about using them. Like, it's an expensive pen, but it's also one of those pens that is worth it to use, in my opinion. There are a lot of pens that I really like, but if I have them uninked for a period of time, I don't miss them.
Yeah.
I'm okay with them being uninked and put away. And then there are other pens that I really, really miss. And they don't want to clean, because cleaning them would mean I don't get to use them. And that Vanishing Point is one of those pens.
Yeah.
All right, let's pick another question. What is your go-to nib grind?
Legs.
As in, like, well, obviously not like regular nib sizes.
I assumed it wasn't regular nib sizes. I assumed it was like specialty,
like
grind.
A special grind. Okay, I love one that Pen Ram did for me. Tanto nib is outstandingly juicy. It's broad with square shape. Rounded in the middle though, but you can tilt the pen to the side, and it's a mini stub. It's good.
Yeah, I'd say for me it's probably the smooth italic. Different variations of it. It's what I usually like.
I would say that if I'm getting a pen done by any of the nib grinders, it's a mini stub. If Annabelle's in town for a show, it's an Architect. I have such a soft spot for Annabelle's Architects that I don't have for anyone else's Architects. Whereas I love everyone's version of an extra fine or a fine mini stub. So if I'm just like, if sitting down and I'm wanting to get something done to a pen, it's probably going to be a mini stub.
Yeah.
Whereas if Annabelle's in town, it's going to be an Architect.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, we've only got 4 left.
Yay.
We're almost done.
And then I will get to read the comments because I'm trying to be mindful that we need to finish the questions.
You're trying to be good? What was your 2025 Ink of the Year?
Oh, I have that.
2025. Well, I guess I really like this Pannonia that Tori has.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I picked it up in San Francisco, and it was like the last bottle she had.
It's a great color.
I have a color that nobody has, which is the ink that I mix with Tono and Limbs. And it's a purple, and it's the closest I saw to the middle of the scale for purple. Is a true, I would say it's a true violet. So that's my favorite ink of the year. If you get the opportunity to go see Tono and Limbs in their events. Yeah. And then the quality of the ink, it has a little bit of shading. You can add shimmer. So I have the 2 version with shimmer and without shimmer. Very, very beautiful.
I would say, so I did a top 10 ink video of all of my inks this year that I'd used in pens. I'm going to be really boring. And it's Sailor Kirigiro, which is the permanent black.
I like that.
I'm on my second bottle. I'm halfway through it. And it is still my favorite permanent black ink. There are only a couple papers, and they're all watercolor papers where it doesn't dry super well, or it takes a little while to dry. Whatever Arch did when they reformulated their paper in like 2023 has meant that it's really hard to use black on it, I find.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did, but whatever they did, it bugs me. There are so few inks that I'm on a second bottle of. There's one from Ferris Wheel Press, and then there's this bottle from Sailor. There's other bottles I've finished, but nothing that I felt the need to rebuy. I always have a bottle of that Sailor Black in reserve because the thought of running out of it and not being able to find it is so stressful that I just don't want to deal with it. I just have a bottle on reserve.
Yeah. Permanent inks I use a lot. Like right now I have this one, permanent ink. Look at the amount of ink I used.
Like all the time. And I think I did not realize how much permanent ink I went through until I really switched to mostly using a fountain pen for all my line work.
Yeah.
And then I realized how much permanent ink I actually went through, because it is a lot. I will go through about a bottle every 14 months or less. Some years it's every 12 months. And that's a 50 ml bottle. So that's a whole lot of refills in a standard converter.
Yeah. Crazy. greetings from Saskatoon, another Canadian. Yay.
Yeah, it's cold everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
it's gross outside. I'm staying inside. We saw our first car in the ditch on Monday.
Oh.
By the time we saw them, though, they were no longer in their car. They were nowhere to be seen. The hazards were still on, flashing in their car.
Oh, no.
And their car was sitting in the ditch. So we assumed that somebody else had come to pick them up, and they just left the car there, which is very Canadian in the winter, to just like abandon your car in the ditch.
Yeah.
Because
bring the towing.
Well, it'll take a while, depending on how bad the storm is. Like, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
And
there is a blizzard currently in Montreal, so
there's a blizzard over all of Southern Ontario, Kari. They canceled buses for all of Southern Ontario this morning.
Wow.
Everywhere. And Toronto's had snow and freezing rain, and now we're back to snow.
Yeah.
It's fun. I love winter.
It's the beginning of December. You have to think about the white Christmas is here already.
The white Christmas is here already. And it's glorious. I love winter. It's a great time. What paper is your favorite?
Oh.
Well, they have to be precise to write or sketch on.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had to choose one paper that you was going to be the only paper you got to write on next year, what would the one paper be?
Oh, okay. 120 GSM Leuchtturm blank, no dotted.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
So you can mix a little bit of art style there.
I probably will just take the cream colored MD for writing.
Oh, I love that.
I would say MD cream dot would be my pick. I really like the dot. I don't like the lined, but there's something about the dot that I just adore.
Yeah, well, when I talk about paper, it has to be in a notebook. So if it is a pad, I will go for the MD, but
like it's a pad. They make them as pad. They make them as, I don't have it here. They make them as a desk block, which I'm really liking right now. They make them in the traveler's inserts. Like, all around, MD right now is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
2 questions left. Do you want the big one or the little one?
Oh, you choose.
I know what they are, Kari, so.
Oh, big one.
All right. If you had to create a high-end Franken pen, what would the nib, body, and parts be?
Parts? Any parts?
Oh,
I think they meant like clip, roll, stop, etc. Like.
All right.
Would it be a vacuum? Like.
All right. I would say a Santini nib for sure. It's a tough body though. I'm undecided.
No, I mean, one of your Japanese pens.
Yeah. I have to say.
I know what I want.
You start.
Oh, yeah. See, the thing is, I've had like 2 weeks to think about this because I was the one writing down all the questions.
Okay.
I would like a Sailor medium fine 14 karat gold nib in a Rob's Penworks hex pen made with a Lisa Marie blank, one of the like prismatic light ones, as a piston.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have plans, Kari.
You have big plans.
Plans that aren't going to happen, but I have big plans.
Yeah, I will say the Santini medium flexi nib. It's my top favorite nib at the moment. But body-wise, I think I need a hefty pen. So if I can put that nib in one of my wood-turned pens, that would be crazy. I know, but it will be kind of vintage looking hand-turned pen. And if I can go extra, it will be a push filler. Like,
like a button?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I hadn't considered putting a button filler in mine, but I do love a button filler.
I like the push filler. I have the pilot here with that filler. If somebody,
or for Rob to make a pen that fit a Con 70.
Oh, that's a push filler.
I'm a fan of the Con 70. All right, Marina, what about you?
I think it's going to be also Santini nib because I love those. And the body will be my favorite amber celluloid from Stipula. But the filling will be actually a piston filling system that Pelican M800 has.
So I would say what took the longest for me was deciding on who the blank maker would be of this handmade pen. Because I really considered the Jonathan Brooks Galaxy PM blank.
Yeah.
And then I went, but I really like Lisa's blanks currently. Like, I love how the light plays into her blanks. And she's just released a new one that has vertical stripes. I have no plans for what I'm doing with this blank. I will still be buying one. Like, it will happen. All right, last question. Unless there are live questions. There's a poll box up right now. So if people have questions, feel free to ask them.
Add questions now.
Add questions, and I will go and ask from there in a minute. How and when did you all meet? So they didn't specify in person or not. And so I'm just going to say, like, when did we all meet on social media?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
That goes back a very long time.
A long time. Yeah. We met online. I don't remember the year. I actually didn't go check the year, but a long time ago. It was in Instagram for Alexandra, and I met Marina through Alexandra. So,
yes, Kari and I only met after we had their interviews with Alexandra.
Exactly. Yes, because you both asked for the same thing, which was a podcast that was fountain pen and watercolor related.
And watercolor, like.
And yes. I kept saying no to people, and then I decided to say yes, and that's how this show was born. So according to the handy little trick Marina taught me, Kari and I followed each other in February of 2024. I think, Marina, you and I go way back. Let's look at... So I have followed Marina since October of 2022. Ooh. And you started following me in February of 2023.
Which is probably likely when we actually started talking.
Yes. Yeah. And I have a feeling based on timeline, that was when Yinmin came to market. I was looking back at when pigments came to market. Feb of 2023 was when Yinmin came to market. And I was like, what would Marina and I have been having a big discussion about? We would have had a big discussion about this pigment that when it first came to market was like $13 a gram.
Yeah.
And was absurd. And wasn't like, was it worth it? Was it not worth it? Like, to be fair, I did try and scroll back up to the beginning of Marina and my conversation. At minute 45, I had reached December of last year. And I promptly gave up.
Yeah.
Because my time was better spent doing other things.
You do talk a lot.
I do.
Yeah.
We do. Because like there's always stuff in the watercolor world to talk about. Like there's always pigment stuff. And I have a feeling like the further I went back, like the more it was just going to be watercolor stuff and palette stuff.
Yep.
And, you know, did you see so and so? And the other thing was, it sort of started to get a little bit painful because like as you're scrolling, like Instagram does not let you scroll that quickly, as I learned. And so like I was seeing discussions about like friends who you and I were talking about who no longer have shops that are open, and I was like, I don't know that I can do more of this.
Yeah.
That's a long story, and I love the idea actually knowing how you two met. It was like I knew that it was through the watercolor world, and then when I started following Marina, I was like so amazed that Marina is you do pottery, and for me, pottery is also a kind of like this hands-on hobby that I adore. And then the fact that you're making your own watercolor for me was like mind-blowing. When Alexandra told me the story, oh, I helped design this watercolor, and I was like, oh, wow. And I like painting, and I like all things art. And then we met at Chicago Pen Show last year. That was the first time I met Alexandra, and unfortunately, I haven't met in person Marina.
But hopefully, that's our
yes, we have to meet.
Hope so.
2026.
Yes,
it's a long year. There are many opportunities in this very long year.
That's a great question to close the group.
It is. The cup is empty. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying seeing everyone's Frankenpen ideas.
I know.
There's some really great ideas.
Yeah, let's talk about them. Let's read them out.
Let's go all the way back up. A custom Urushi in Montegrappa Extra Odo
Celluloid. Yes.
Celluloid.
Oh, that's so extra.
That is sort of fabulous. Vintage Omos Minerva.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Shape would be a vintage Pelican 100, but the size of an M800 piston filler, and made of vintage Omos celluloid, preferably bronze Arco. The following comment is rose gold trim.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice to know that it's not only us being really extra at trims and pens. Oh, there's a good question. I lost it briefly. What's the best modern push button filler?
Pylon.
Really?
I like Pylon.
I really like the Pilot Con 70.
Yeah. It's really good. I actually bought an extra one because I thought I could fit it in another pen that I have, but it doesn't fit. The Frankenpen myself.
It doesn't fit in a lot of pens from Pilot, but it does fit in some of them. And I love it. I wish it fit in so many more Pilot pens. I would be so happy if it fit into every Pilot pen, but it does not. And so I think there aren't actually that many other brands that make a push button filler.
Yeah. If I can send this idea of the wood pen to a maker, like I like actually the vintage looking pen of the cigar shape with a clip. But what happened with wood and a clip is that it dries the tip. So
we sort of talked about that on an episode that's not out yet. We talked about the dangers of wooden pens because they crack.
Yeah.
And what Mom said is that it's also an issue with furniture from overseas. You cannot buy furniture from Europe or from Asia that is wooden without going through a really labor-intensive process of conditioning the wood once it's in North America over a period of months. We've got a couple pieces in this house that I knew were not made in North America. Turns out the only reason they survived is because they spent like 4 months wrapped in cotton muslin and linseed oil so that the wood, it does not crack and break apart. And so then I did think, like, are there pens that I would love enough to do that with? And I think the answer is yes. But I think it is, yes, it's really fair to be really frustrated that your wooden pen is cracked. But if you are buying a wooden pen from a foreign country, you need to be aware that it is probably going to crack.
Yeah.
Yes, stabilizing with resin can minimize that chance, but still, depending on the humidity of where you live and where the product has come from and the temperature changes, like, you are probably going to deal with a product that is going to crack.
I have many pens that are made of wood, and none of them had cracked so far. I wash them, I ink them, I keep them alive all the time.
But how many of them are from North American makers?
No, I have one from Greece. I have one Canadian, one US, and the last one is Japanese.
Okay.
So they are all over the world, but never crack.
Has anyone tried Kobe inks?
I have.
I think they're made by Sailor.
Oh, I do have. I had one and I gifted it to a friend of mine. It was very good.
Yeah,
very good inks.
I think they're like the Bungo box ones where they're made by Sailor, but I might be wrong. Let's go to Google.
Kobe ink, they have similar packaging as Tasha inks, so they might be done.
Yes. And they're the same as the old Sailor bottles, like from the, I've got a bunch of the old Sailor bottles in my collection. They're the same Sailor bottle. Yep. According to the Gentleman Stationer, they are made by Sailor.
Yeah.
There's
very good inks, though. Very, very
They're
good.
Great. I love the colors I have. They do a lot of collaborations with people.
And the packaging, very beautiful.
It's a very stable kind of bottle. I really like that.
It is.
Yeah. They don't have many shimmers, though. So they are true colors. They have
a lot of
beautifully
good pigmented stuff. So the one I had and I gifted to a friend was their Yoseka collaboration.
Yeah.
And it looked so beautiful. She made me a thank you note, like little dogs. It's kind of a dark brown, which kind of imitates almost that, oak gall type of feeling. But it was, safe for a pen. So
yeah,
good sketching inks, I would say they have.
No, I like the Kobe inks. I've only got a couple. There is a recent blog post on Fountain Pen Network saying that there's concern that they're no longer all made by Sailor. That 1/3. It's highly, however, just gonna, this is from 2018. So it's not recent. It just came up recently. I'm gonna add this to the chat as well. I tend to take things on Fountain Pen Network sort of with a grain of salt. No offense to people that love it, but much like Reddit, stuff can spread really easily. It is interesting, though, because they do have a pH chart of Sailor versus Pilot, comparing colors and brands. And
What I've heard from restorers is that Japanese inks, generally speaking, are pretty acidic.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this chart here. I can actually share my screen because I finally learned how to do that after, a year of using this software. There we go.
Yay.
So 7 is water, generally. Here's Sailor, here's Pilot, here's Kobe. They only tested apparently 6 of the Kobe colors because why not? Interestingly, Kirigiro ranks at, I believe that says 7.4. It does.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting. There aren't very many pH studies for inks.
No, I feel like they finally just started. Like I see things here and there, and it's mostly restorers who wanted to figure out what inks to suggest their clients get because of, I'm sorry to those who love, some inks, but there are some inks that are just, we don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
And by some inks, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. One specific ink.
Adventure.
I would say at the end of the day, we actually know very little about what is in inks compared to so many other products. If you ever looked at an ink bottle, there's actually no real labeling on them about ingredients, which I find really interesting they get away with. That even though, like, even watercolors will be labeled with, like, what they use as, like, did they contain honey? Do they contain glycerin? Do they contain clove oil? Like, things have to be labeled.
Yeah.
There are no labels on fountain pen inks, and it's
just fountain pen ink.
Fountain pen ink. But what is actually in them is a pretty big question and seems to differ not very much most of the time, but can differ a bunch at times. And I have if it was all clear, it would be really easy to pH test. You could just pH test using strips. Unfortunately, ink is colored, and so you can't pH test using pH strips easily. And so it does present a challenge of needing technology to be able to pH test.
Yeah, there are electronic, I think, ways of kind of,
Yeah. Well, because I'm also like thinking about like how many inks do I know that batch to batch there's inconsistencies.
Yeah, the inconsistency between inks and in brands like Montblanc, for example, or I have, for example, issues. I had issues before with some private reserve inks.
Yeah, that's one of the company I've heard of too.
Yeah. But not all the inks. I have some inks that work fantastically well, and I adore the color and everything. But some other inks, they are like soup, like it cannot be used in any type of paper, I would say.
Like I have inks where I own a sample and a bottle, and they are supposedly the same color. I watched somebody draw it up from the bottle for my sample, so I know that it came out of the right bottle. And they look so incredibly different. And I'm sure that I figured out what the error was. But that does bring in a whole host of other questions about batch consistency.
Yeah.
Well, that was Birmingham Pen Co. thing. They had quite a few inks that people are like, this is not the same.
Nothing they produce is the same. Let's be clear. I had a comment this week on a swatch of a Birmingham Pen Company ink, and somebody went, my kid owns a bottle of that, and I really like your swatch, but our bottle is totally different.
Yeah.
Like their bottle, I think their bottle's a blue and mine's like purple. Like purple black, and theirs is blue. Like it is, I have seen 7 different colors for sterling silver. I love sterling silver from Birmingham Pen Company. If I could get the bottle that I wanted, the undertones in the bottle that I wanted, I would buy a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no guarantee about what the color is actually going to be when I open the bottle. And in turn, I'm just not going to get a bottle of it.
It's really hard to say, because some brands, they put a lot of effort in renewing the formula. For example, going back to the Private Reserve, they released lately one line that is called Infinity.
Oh,
and it's actually better, the formula, but it's a complete different ink from the other ones that they have. So is it the same ink? Is it the same? What is it? I don't know.
I've really been enjoying their quick dry stuff lately.
Yeah, I like the...
So Lori used one of her Infinities when she was trying to figure out her Piniter pen that kept on drying out. And to some extent, it really did help.
Like, I can definitely see I don't own a bottle, but I can see the appeal of an ink like that for troubleshooting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, trying to fix a problem and figure it out. I have had never-ending issues with my Robert Oster inks.
I have some inks that I adore, but some other ones clog the pen, the shimmer ones.
Kari, they are changing colors in pens. Like, I don't know what they're doing, but like putting them in a pen, doing a writing sample, and then 3 days later, the writing sample, like when you go to write with the pen again, even though the pen is sealed, when you go to burp the pen, there's no air evaporation, there's no nothing. The ink is a totally different color. You go to write with it, and it's not a color that should happen from evaporation. It is a totally different color. I do not know what's going on with my Oster inks.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, I'm not even putting them in pens anymore. I
have several favorite colors from Robert Oster that I cannot live without. But the shimmer ones, I had many issues. I use them for art only and with deep pens, because they clog one of my narwhal. You know, the vacuum narwhal, I put one in, and it was like, no kidding, the very same day it was clogged already, impossible to remove. I have to flush the pen so many times, and then it's still stuck. Oh. Okay.
No.
Too much shimmer or too thick?
No, shimmer. That's why I was like, from the watercolor times, the shimmers, and some of those are glitters that people are putting in the paint.
Yeah, this is
like,
very glittery. I never had issues with the first one, press glittery inks. Not glittery, shimmering inks.
I have to say, I don't know what they're doing with their pigment size. The fact that I can run those inks through a fine nibbed pen.
Yeah. It's really cool.
I don't know what they're doing with their pigment size.
Diamine, I think they are pretty consistent, and I have issues with 1 or 2 inks, but then the rest are fantastic.
Yeah, I've had one, I think, being just not drying at all, like just being there, for half an hour without drying. But that was the only problem I had with
some invent calendar samples that I had with scented inks or inks that will feather a little bit more than other ones. Those, I didn't even think about those, but there are some inks that I don't really like.
And yet companies keep on making those, and that's like across the board problem with, like, good smelling inks.
Scented inks just run.
Ink shouldn't smell.
You sure?
Why
don't you want the roses?
Not a fruit smell. Make it smell like coffee, maybe.
No, but I don't even want my ink to smell like coffee.
I don't want inks to smell.
I don't want my inks. Like, the only ink that I actually notice the scent of is Sailor Kirigiro, because it smells like charcoal. That ink should smell like charcoal. It's a permanent black.
It's black.
Permanent blacks, I feel like, should have like the scent of like the charcoal dust. Like if you're using like charcoal to sketch with, like it has a certain scent of it to it. Lots of permanent black inks do have that scent to them. I find that reassuring. Like I have opened a bottle of a permanent black ink. This bottle contains a permanent black ink.
I don't like smelling my inks.
I want no other ink to smell. And the thing is, that ink doesn't smell when it's in a pan. It has no scent in a pan. It only has a scent in the bottle.
Yeah. I don't want smell in my pens either.
Period. And like myself, we had a conversation about KYZ because they have the oak gall. So the oak gall formulation also means that it's not a smell that everyone would like. So they started adding something, to make it like nicer, but it's kind of backfired for some smell wise.
Yeah, totally. Oh, that's the theme.
Q&A and our rant on scented inks.
Yeah.
Well, if you want the new Mont Blanc scented, oh my God, they're bringing the scented inks back. I just saw.
The last one was over $100 Canadian. I'm sorry, I don't have any 50 ml ink $100 Canadian.
And this is going to be like $80 US, and it's just, I'm so torn on those. I've never had one.
Yeah. About the last comment. Oh, that comment.
Yeah.
See, I read this wrong at first. I've had a day. I'm tired. Clearly. I read this as KWZ Biocide with a capital B and went, why the hell do I want an ink named Biocide? I also think your Biocide probably shouldn't be scented. But, you do you. I honestly think scented inks are overrated. And they never work.
So for Mont Blanc, they really wanted that kind of like perfume game because they also release perfumes. So I feel like they wanted to tie that together with inks. So that was like their genuine
doesn't work.
But it's funny.
Doesn't work at all. Like it's such an expensive ink that I'm never going to even consider adding a full bottle of it to my collection because they're so expensive.
And unlike other Mont Blanc inks, some they couldn't get rid of. I remember this green they had forever.
They've still got it here, Marina. They've still got the lime here. That's why I know how much it is, because my boutique still has it.
Oh no.
We should call Jeffrey to put the funny name on those spicy, smelly.
As part of his new Contagion collection.
Lux Inks.
Apocalypse.
Lux Inks by Jeffrey.
Yeah. We will have him back soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
How soon? I can tell you.
Tell me.
December 31st.
So it will make your waiting
New Year's Eve
better.
With the maximum rant we had so far in an episode.
New Year's with Jeffrey.
That could go a wrong way.
It could. And but it should be fun.
It could be fun too.
It will be fun. Be a good time.
Very nice.
All right. Any last thoughts for our last live show of the year? Before I think we've got 3 or 4 pre-recorded shows after this, where one or more of us will be in the live chat as they air.
So we're not going to be like, the image will not be live, but if you want to like chat with us, we're going to be in the chat.
Yes, we will
chat.
Because we have lives and it's the holidays. But there will still be podcast episodes coming out.
And we will be in different time zone, the three of us. So that's also complicated.
Yeah.
Yes. Different time zones, busy houses, busy holiday season.
Yes.
So pre-recorded episodes have happened. We've already filmed them.
Yeah.
And
so this
definitely not Desert Inkwell. That was fast, Jeffrey. You haven't even seen my text.
Oh,
shocking.
Jeffrey, how's your Lux ink collection coming? Smells like smelly Lux ink. Oh no.
You did see my text. Oh.
Yeah.
It's not showing that you saw my text. The new Instagram update, I have to say, is really bugging me.
Oh yeah, you can't find the messaging.
Like, I can't find the message.
Weird.
Like, they keep moving
By
around
the
messages.
They say that Biocide could be a name that Birmingham company will put to an ink. That's so true.
Jeffrey is declining the smelly ink, but then he also says fish heads and scales. Is that your mermaid ink?
No, it's gonna be green with like a silver shimmer to it.
Ooh.
Oh no, it's apparently steel blue. I was off.
Steel blue. Oh wow. Scale. That's so funny. I can't.
Glorious.
All right. Glorious. So definitely our last live in person. So that means that we can say to everybody, happy Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah. Happy celebrations. Happy break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we will see you in New Year.
Happy Kwanzaa, because apparently Kwanzaa this year starts
earlier.
Boxing Day.
Oh.
It's Hanukkah into Christmas into Kwanzaa. Into, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So it's just a party for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good party.
Have fun. Be safe. Don't do anything stupid.
Don't do what Jeffrey would do. What he would do.
Oh, sorry. How dare I forget Festivus? Sorry. Yeah. How dare I?
Yeah. And happy break for all teachers. Yeah. I am happy to be at the end of my semester. So
are you officially done?
No, Friday. Friday will be my last day. I already uploaded the final grades, but I still have meetings and other stuff.
All right. Well.
All right.
Happy end of 2024. No, 2025.
Oh, we've been recording so many episodes. Like we went back to the past.
What year is it? Yeah.
Oh, we went all the way back to season 1.
Hey, this is good.
This is like episode. I was sitting down at dinner and Mom went, "What episode is this that you were filming tonight?" And I went, "I think this is the 5th episode we filmed in 4 days."
In 4 days.
So if you've wondered how much we've seen of each other, a lot.
A lot.
It doesn't even look like Jeffrey. I don't think it's Jeffrey.
We appreciate the people that connect with us, that support us,
Yeah. Can you believe it's been this long for us?
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
It's absurd that we are approaching episode 30 of this show.
Yeah. I love you guys.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really lots of love.
I don't know that I can make my fingers work the way I want them to work anymore.
And we love everybody in the chat. I have the luck to meet many of those people. So I hope to see you guys again in 2026.
Yeah, in person.
Lots of helps,
Have
health,
a safe
happiness.
time traveling.
Oh, yeah.
We will see you in sometime in January.
Yes. Sometimes.
Sometime we will announce, but we will also announce all the episodes.
Yes, I will set them to premiere, and so you guys will get notifications about them ahead of time.
Yeah.
Hey, so I have plans. I have plans for pen shows next year. They just need like the pen. I just need to get my butt to the pen shows, but I have plans. We'll see what happens.
We have to do it.
I have plans. The one promise I did make to the host of the Chicago Pen Show in 2024 was that I would not film a podcast on the show floor of Chicago. And I've kept to that promise. So if we film one at Chicago, if whoever makes Chicago, it will not be filmed on the show floor.
No.
It will be filmed off the show floor. But I do have plans. I have ideas. We'll see.
Ooh, I'm excited. Excited.
I did more live stuff this year from Empire.
From the Empire? Oh, yeah. You had the panel and...
Well, no, I didn't actually live stream the panel or anything. I did live stuff at the show ahead of time. And members have access to all that footage and stuff and those lives. And that worked really well. And so we'll see.
Maybe we should ask the people organizing the Chicago Pen Show if we can have a room or something that...
It's not worth it. Having been there, done that, like...
No.
Not worth it. But we will see what happens in the year ahead.
Ooh. I'm going to Chicago this year.
I literally have no idea what I'm going to this year. Or next year. I have we booked a hold on Chicago Hotel because if I do get to go, I will be much happier staying in the show hotel versus staying at one of the hotels that you have to be bussed in from. And other than that, no idea. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll
talk about it in January.
Well, yeah. We'll see if I know in January.
Well, we will know. I think I will know. Jeffrey's going to Chicago. Oh no!
I don't think that's
go
Jeffrey.
to Chicago. He said.
Name.
You don't think it's Jeffrey?
Chicago.
Lots of people.
No, he said it's not. He named himself Jeffrey.
Lots of people are going to Chicago, so we'll have to see what happens in the year ahead.
We have to. Yeah.
I think everyone thought they were changing it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they posted that it was happening at the same hotel on Facebook. So I've booked my hotel through the show rate at that hotel.
That's good.
And I would say that it was worth it because the number of show hotels that I've seen already sold out that aren't being marked as sold out is crazy. So with that, have a good holidays, and we'll see you in 2026.
Happy 2026.
Happy 2026.
Bye.
Bye.